There we go.
Well, you could try the chair halfway and turn it round.
Speeches, such a big queue.
Right.
Speeches are
Do that again.
Can you turn around a bit? Can you see?
We were so happy. Hello everyone. So, can we all be upstanding?
First of all, yes, indeed. Oops, sorry.
So, we're going to have the first speech, and it's the grandfather of the bride, John Ryan. Over to you, John.
Are we going down?
Sit down. Sit down, this could take a while.
Quiet, please.
I'm told you're as hungry as horses, so I've cut it down to 20 pages. But this is definitely my last and farewell endeavour. I will not pass this way again. And what a wonderful occasion for it to be so. And some people will know what I'm going to say now in the next sentence. We are here to state that I am right and you are right and everything is quite correct.
Oh, yes.
So on this most auspicious occasion then, we'd rather you didn't wander off seeing to the needs of nature. If you need to go, just cross your legs and think of England. I've been seriously cautioned not to embarrass anyone, alive or dead, and not to make any silly jokes. I will now proceed to do both. One of the most exhilarating and momentous experiences of a husband and father can have in his life is giving away into the care of another man a daughter that he has cherished and cosseted over so many years. Exhilarating in that he has been the blessed privilege of watching this young lady growing in stature and wisdom. There is nothing quite like it for a man, and I have experienced it, thanks be to God. Very, very rarely, a father in his advanced dotage can be doubly blessed by having what might be called a second helping in handing his darling granddaughter into the care of another man. Willingly, I will say, in this instance. Why I deserve this gift, I don't know, because when I asked Becky who was giving her away, she said, "You, of course," which was a big surprise to me, and I've been in daze ever since, trying to come to terms with this amazing moment of passing our granddaughter Becky into her husband Marc's strong arms, to love and to cherish. Again, I've had years of marvelling at the sight and sound of our little girl growing in stature and wisdom. Thank you with all our hearts, Rebecca, for this wonderful gift of yourself, so generously given to our family. Circumstances have meant that your Nana has had the best of your growing up. The rest of us were missing her work, but something she remembers every day. Page 2. Only 18. And a reminder of what has taken place at St. John's today, I will now read from a special little book. I, John, take thee, Dorothy, to be my wedded wife, to have and to hold from this day forward, for better, for worse, for richer, for poorer, in sickness and in health, till death do us part, and thereto I give my covenant. That was used 19th of July 1958, 58 years ago. and I'd like to pass it. It seems like yesterday. I bet you never thought you'd hear those words again so soon. This is so you can look back on the 28th of May 2017 at your first 12 months and to talk and listen to each other about what these 365 days have meant to you and your family around you. Taking this time out each year is time well spent, giving you reminders and the strength to live out the year to come again, one after another. And believe me, the years will fly by like the wind, so treat them like gold. Your years together are irreplaceable. You will have to remind me when the 28th of the 5th, 2017 comes, because I'm hardly able to remember where the pub is. Becky, we watched you and marvelled at your growth into a beautiful person that you are. And I don't just mean good looks. They fade and pass away into something you'll hardly recognise. I sometimes wonder who the hell this stranger is in the mirror that I have to shave every day. When we do change, I mean, can you imagine me with curly red hair? It's ridiculous. Just because you've lived apart from us in London and various places, we hadn't parted with you. And we have now, into the loving care of your husband Mark. And this reminds me of the ancient history regarding fathers, indeed grandfathers, giving away their cherished ones. In the Middle Ages, they brought his beautiful young lady up the church aisle with a delicate perfumed white ribbon united their forearms, as we did today. The ribbon would be taken off at the giving away. The Anglo-Saxons, by the way, used to use rope. Think about it. The ribbon reminded the bride that any last-minute alterations were out of the question. The father then stood by strategically, close behind the groom, with a pistol on his left arm, so that again the young man could be put out of his mind any changes or reversal to the order of service. And thank heaven we didn't have to do that today. A little bit of history. A word about Mark now. If you've forgotten, he's the one sitting in the expensive suit. When Becky first introduced this young man, yes, do have a drink, Mark. I looked at this young man, reminded me of myself. Tall, good-looking, fit, handsome, polite, and courteous. You can come from here. And the first-class wine cellar, which has nothing to do with my liking for you, of course. He passed with flying colours. Mark enhanced his already good stature by calling on his own account on Dorothy and I in a very gentlemanly manner, and asked us if we judged him suitable as a life partner for our precious child. Now that impressed us no end, didn't it? We never expected such an expression of loving intent, making the occasion a very memorable one. And it confirmed in our minds that Becky was a very fortunate young lady. His actions are a credit to his mum and dad, indeed to his whole family. Thank you, Mark, for that. That means a great deal to us. The memory will be with us for the rest of our lives. Unfortunately, the rest of our lives won't be very long. Having said that, all those compliments, privately I wish to be on the safe side, so I did some discovery into the name of Oldie. It's using that newfangled thing, the internet. What a surprise I got. But you won't wish to know. Will you wish to know? No. Okay, a couple of family now. Well, I found out there's a Paul Olding, a multi-award BAFTA winner as a director of plays and films. Did you know? There's Grant Olding, who is internationally known as an artist at the Curve. Whatever that meant. There's Ben Olding. He's described as a flasher developer. I don't know whether that's a peculiar Yorkshire. Make that what you will. Finally, a Stuart Olding is recovering from his second knee injury. Now, being an Olding, one can just speculate how he sustained this. Apparently he's a rugby player. I stopped there because the general tone seemed to depreciate. I was not surprised to see that the name Olding is an ancient one, and to understand it, one has to separate it into its two constituent parts. I hope this doesn't test your mental prowess too much. Old is drawn from the English ald, which means old. Say now. So I didn't get really far with that, but anyway, the point was that the person was the older of the bearer of the name. Did you know that? Yeah, right. Now the ing part means of the people of the tribe. So it was the old bugger at the end of the road. Oh yes, Becky, they're mostly congregated in Elling, in Hertfordshire. Quite a number of them. Hampshire, beg your pardon. So there you are, you know who you're joined to, and in any case you can't alter things. Hello? So Marc, for your information, and please do listen to this if you listen to nothing else. The surname Ryan is what we call a clan name, family name. It consisted of long-lived, hard-working serfs, working very close to the kings of Tara, naturally, and in charge of the king's porter. Do you know what porter is? Well, Guinness came from it. So having seen your cellar, Marc, I wondered whether there's some gene or two of the Ryans in you. I won't go into the detailed family history of the Ryans. It would be too boring. No doubt, Marc, Becky will enlighten you into some of the details. And you will have heard that Mum and Dad brought forth 8 children, and they rowed most of the time, as I remember. How in heaven they did this, bearing in mind the intense debates between the two of them in such subjects as widely diversified as money and money. So, right, yes, they were marvellous parents. I wouldn't have had any others, I don't think so. I've only to look at my own shortcomings to see that there's no grounds to criticise anybody else. Another attribute in our social shop window is a strand of bright intelligence running through our genes. Marc, I caution you to understand that as regards Rebecca, what you see is most certainly not what you get. And I'm sure you're in for a whole lot of fireworks before you much over. I made the mistake on our wedding day of judging that I had my young bride all worked out and sorted. I hadn't and I haven't. My bride is a daily surprise and inspiration to me, and I've no doubt, Marc, that Becky will be much the same to you. Unfortunately, Mark, you've missed 4 of our siblings, Danny, Peter, Tom and Mary, bright stars that were put out all too soon. And I'm sure Becky could put you wise about those 4 stars before you're much older. But we still make a lot of noise and we bred fairly well. So there's a happy time in front of you making sense of this group of individuals. Nearly finished. Now that you're well and truly hitched, I suppose I should deal with the criminal element in our family.
Oh my God.
You're bound to find out sooner rather than later. In my extensive family history research, I'm relieved to say that only one member has been detained at the Queen's pleasure and expense. It was Queen Victoria, by the way. My mum's uncle Ned, from the Ulster branch, was apprehended several times trying to enhance his cash in hand by taking loving care of other people's sheep. Following the 4th failed attempt, the inspector is reported to have said, "Ned, why don't you bloody give up? You're no good at this. Get yourself a job." And to the family's amazement, he did just that. He became an organ grinder in old London town. I understand he also played the fiddle, as well as fiddling. His virtuosity greatly depended on whether he was able to stand or not. Unaided. If he fell over, then he was known to play not prostate, prostrate, and almost ready for the last rites. His genes presumably accounted for the later family members' musical prowess. They will all deny this, but the truth will out. It's Uncle Ned's fault. The rest of us, by the way, are all saints. There are other startling episodes that I'll tell you about afterwards. I've written this out for you, not for public consumption. I used to think that Yorkshire was 1,000 miles away, especially at the Roses matches, but now it's but an hour's journey, so no excuses will be tolerated for not appearing for hugs at frequent intervals. Finally, Becky, we have the great joy in our heart that you've found a partner, Mark, who will treasure you for the gift you are to him. Mark, too, has made a gift of himself of you today, one to the other. There is also a tinge of sadness in us that this sweet sorrow parting. This happens whenever there is a bride and groom and their home is not, one might say, within the village. You've left our village, quite rightly. We will miss you not being daily with us, even though you have been away for much of the last year. However, no matter where you are, you will always be a scion of the Ryans clan. Now we have handed you into the loving care of the Olding clan, and we are certain that they will welcome you with all their hearts. Long may it be that way. Nearly there. Thank you, Francis. Don't miss a page. A few words of faith, hope and love that I heard recently. Have them engraved on your hearts. Everything will be all right in the end. And if it isn't all right, it's not the end. Remember, the wedding is but a day. Marriage is a lifetime. Have as few rules as possible in your relationship, but one you must never relax upon is listen to your lover like you did when you first met. And for heaven's sake, learn not to interrupt. As a matter of fact, it's a fact that you learn nothing when you speak. If you're spoiling for a row, and you will, hold hands and come out fighting, because you're fighting for each other. On your wedding day anniversary, do say to each other, "Will you marry me today?" a blessing now to finish, and it came to us from your great-great-uncle Tom, who said, "Remember this, John, and you'll never go wrong. Verbum caro factum est." Don't ask me what it means now. Find it. So God bless you both every day of your life. And would you like to raise your glasses now and toast the bride and groom, Mark and
Becky. Mark and Becky.
Mark and Becky.
You've been very patient. Thank you very much.
Thanks. I'm not entirely sure how I'm supposed to follow that. It's like following an Elton John medley and you're next up. No, thanks John for those lovely words. That's a pretty hard act to follow. I know both John and Dorothy have been a big part of Rebecca's life growing up and have provided some fantastic support over the years, so I just want to say thank you for that. So first of all, I'd just like to thank everyone here for being part of today, really. Me and my wife. First time I said that. Yeah, we're really grateful so many of our friends and family could make it. It's not the location, the weather, well, that's actually turned out really well. I thought it was giving me cramps. So it's not the location or the weather or the food that really makes today special, but the people that are part of it. So thanks for making today so special for us. And thanks everyone for the invite replies we got back that were sent out. Some of which, had some pretty interesting thoughts on there. We asked people what dance moves they were going to come out with later. So keep a lookout for the following moves tonight when the band really gets into full swing. A lot of these I've never heard of. So we've got the slosh coming out later. The slosh. We've got the MC Hammer Crap. We've got a bit of Gangnam Style going on. The Shimmy a Shake. And quite a lot of people put down drinking at the bar. As so that's going to be a popular one. So as a groom, I've got a few thank yous, obviously, I'd like to do for all the people that make today so special. To the mothers of the bride and groom, Rebecca's mum Frances and my mum Gaynor. Thank you both for your love and support the last few months, helping to get today ready. I know, Fran, you've made an awful lot of trips over to Yorkshire, racking up those rail miles, helping Rebecca get her dress ready for today. And Dad, thanks, you've been a massive help designing our invites and order a service. Obviously, it meant it was free as well. And I'd just like to take this opportunity to say thanks to my parents for all the support they've given me over the years, not just financially. Seriously, they've always been there for me when I think of them. So. You've always been there. Even when I've gone away, I've come back. Thanks. That's supposed to be touching moment. And thanks to Rebecca's bridesmaids, Joe, another Rebecca. I know they've looked after and sometimes calmed down Rebecca when needed, and have been really supportive. Plus, they put on a cracking hen do for Rebecca in Manchester, which seemed to basically involve pulling socks out of a giant inflatable washing machine. Yeah, my bottom was involved. Which sounds like fun. I also want to thank the bar staff and Johnny, the hall manager. They've been really accommodating and really just done a fantastic job today. So we can give them a round of applause for the answer to the hall. Thanks, John. Another person I've got to thank is one Mr. Marc Friday, who sat right over there, who'll hate me pointing at him right now, right the side, on the far side there. He's done an amazing job, absolutely stunning, designing and building, in fact his wife helped out as well, we're told, designing and building the stunning seating plan you saw just on the way in.
Brilliant.
The Friday did that, so absolutely terrified setting that up, because I just thought I was just going to drop it. And yeah, all of that was basically from what was a confusing and probably contradictory brief that constantly changed. So so thanks, Mark. Yeah, great work there. I hope everyone agrees the venue is looking great. But you know, a lot of work went into to making this happen. We've had a lot of help setting up for the hall today. We've had a huge amount of people out on Friday to help set this up, working really hard. And myself and Rebecca just want to thank everyone who helped us out. You guys were like a well-oiled machine. so thanks very much. But the person that's really put a ridiculous amount of effort and time into today is my beautiful wife. She has frankly organised the crap out of this wedding. Yeah, to be fair, she's been in spreadsheet heaven. I'm not sure if everyone knows, but Rebecca has pretty much pulled this wedding together with her bare hands. She has sent several hundred emails to book, negotiate and order everything from the barbecue caterers to the mini bubblegum guitars that's on everyone's tables. She's just done an amazing job. And for those who don't know, Rebecca is also extremely creative. I hear the body cream she makes is incredible. Not trying to. In terms of the wedding, starting with her dress, Rebecca designed this herself from scratch, working with a local dressmaker. She's written all name cards, designed the invites, designed the order of service, designed the beer mats, handmade all the flowers that you see up here, and which the best men and the ushers are making, including the bouquet, which is just fantastic. In fact, actually, before I go any further, I'd just like to reassure everyone here that no flowers whatsoever were harmed in the making of this wedding. That was a pretty important point that Rebecca wanted to get over for today. One thing we did forget about, though, that cropped up yesterday, which caused some pretty severe anxiety and just frankly panic, and that was the wedding band certificate.
God.
As it turns out, you can't legally get married without one, and unfortunately we weren't given one by our local church. So for about 45 minutes yesterday, there wasn't going to be a wedding. Not one of my most favourite periods of my life. Basically, during that time, Rebecca was with the vicar, trying to ring anyone we could. And I was frantically driving back to Scholes, where we live, trying to think about how we can get hold of the vicar. And I was basically trying to work out whether it was socially acceptable to just go around the village, bang on people's doors, asking if they knew where the vicar was. That's where I was at, basically. That's me. 11:45 is, I'm fine. Luckily, the vicar did get in contact, and it was all sorted. But yeah, it added adrenaline to the day, what can I say? So obviously, I've told you what an amazing job Rebecca has done today. So just to even things out, I'm going to have to tell you a little bit of an embarrassing story.
Yeah, go and tell her.
Been heckled by a 6-year-old. So when we were early in our courtship, I was at Rebecca's flat in Manchester, obviously sleeping in different rooms. We'd had a chat about how Rebecca was generally just reluctant to show me any form of affection, other than a firm handshake and a pat on the back. Which was fine for a while, but you know. So when I went to leave and go home, Rebecca had obviously decided, right, I'm going to show Mark what he means to me. You know, I'm going to make sure he knows what's going on. And so I'm at the door, about to leave, and Rebecca's got her hand on the door, and she looks at me and just kind of mumbles, I love you. Then she kicks my ankle and shuts the door in my face. So I was still outside, just trying to work out what just happened. And was it actually a good or a bad thing? So it's a nice memory anyway. So what I really want to say is that I feel really lucky to have found you, and I can't wait for us to spend the rest of our lives together as husband and wife. So I'd like everyone to raise their glasses, please, to the beautiful bride.
Beautiful bride.
Rebecca. Oh, okay. There's more.
Another page.
Thank you very much.
Finally, I'd like to thank everyone who has donated to our chosen charity, Make-A-Wish Foundation. Everyone's favours are these little pins you see here that are the symbol of the Make-A-Wish Foundation. For those of you who don't know, Make-A-Wish works with severely sick or handicapped children, basically to make their dreams come true. It can be anything from riding a horse for the first time to like a trip to Disneyland to meet like Mickey Mouse. We've had some unbelievably generous donations, and we've managed to raise well over £2,000.
Wow.
And after quite heated discussion, we have decided to actually pass that money on to the charity. We'd have an amazing holiday. Seriously though, thank you, as you've really helped to change the lives of some really poorly children, and you've really made a difference today. And also for those who want to throw some more money in the pot, the website is still live. So if you get a bit tipsy tonight, jump on your phones, bang some money on. And that's it, pretty much from me. We've decided to make the best men suffer through dinner before giving their speeches. Plus, it'll hopefully mean that everyone gets a few more drinks and forgets about everything they say. So I'll just leave you with one quick fact about each one of the best men to think about at the dinner. I'll let you guys work out who's who. So one of them claims they can knock out Amir Khan with one punch. One of them has never headed a football in a career that lasted over a decade. And another one has never actually seen the end of a night out, as he always falls asleep, usually while still standing up against the bar. So I'll let you guys work out who's who on that one. Or indeed, all three of them could feel good. Yeah. So that's it. Thank you very much. And,
Well done, Mark. Well done.
So we'll be having dinner shortly. Have a good day.
So we just go to say, occasionally we'll go to say John Mayer.
school and crossbow.
Yeah. But it's the same print.
Oh my god. Shit.
They don't want to go upstairs.
I know, we've got to be.
It's kind of...
Scared to go outside. Scared to... I know, sorry. I apologise to his mum and dad. Anyway, on to the next story, which has some relevance with the pictures that you've got. You know, I'm not sure how many of you guys know Marc's alter ego, a guy called Marquez. Now you can see by some of the pictures that you see there in front of you, especially the leather-clad picture of Marc. Marquez is a camper, if that's possible, version of Marc, and every time we go abroad, he makes an appearance. He made an appearance 12 years ago, and he's still going. But it's not always abroad that we see the camp version of Marc. It's not abroad. In fact, on Marc's 23rd birthday, a few of us witnessed one of the strangest evenings of our lives. A number of us were out to celebrate his birthday. Marc decided he wanted to make things interesting and do some dares. He claimed that he could get 23 kisses by the end of the night. Now that's a tough challenge in Leeds. We weren't exactly the coolest group in town, maybe the in-betweeners, with Marc being the Neil of the group. But he went off to do the challenge. The next thing we knew, he kissed 7 men. And by the way, he obviously set his own challenge. And we just thought, right, we best move to the next bar before his 7 conquests start to argue with each other. Anyway, in the next bar, he got another 10 kisses, again, all of men. Which seemed quite strange. I think you can see by the photo in front of you, one of the conquests on that table. Here, Tom Lister at the back there, I think. Yeah. Anyway, by the time we left, Marc had secured 4 free kisses, put some fairy liquid in the fountain in the centre of Leeds, and went home a happy man. Safe to say we didn't join him to celebrate his 24th birthday. Anyway, that brings us to the end of the speeches. Before I finish and we can reveal the sweepstakes winner, I'd just like you all to join me in a few toasts. Can I just say the bridesmaids, Joe and Rebecca, great job, great speech. You look lovely today, you did a great job getting Rebecca to the church on time. Again, very organised, so bang on time. I know you threw a great hen do from the feedback the girls gave, and unfortunately you had to see Marc's naked bottom during that period. But so will please everybody join me in raising a toast to the bride. And final toast of the evening to the special couple. I'd just like to say I know that Ben, Johnny and I were honoured to be part of your big day, and we wish you nothing but happiness in the future. Hopefully you pick a more reliable window cleaner going forward. But please can I ask you all to be upstanding. Please raise your glasses for the bride and groom. The bride and groom, the Robins.
For Rebecca and Marc!
There's no one to say.
for the bride and groom. Okay, just before the band gets started, I just have one question for you all. Are you ready to rock and roll with the band? Yeah! I believe you can make more noise than that, so I'm going to ask you again. Are you ready to rock and roll with the band, please? Of course you are. Take it away. Let's get on the dance floor. For someone else, but not for me. Hey! But was out to get me. That's the way it's here. There's a blind man out in all my dreams. Let me hear you sing it, folks. And I saw a man. I'm a believer. Not a chase. Down in my mind. Said I'm in love. I'm a believer. I can believe her if I try. I thought love was more or less a given thing. Seems the more I gave, the less I got. What's the use in trying? I can get this pain. When I needed sunshine, I got rain. Let me hear you sing it. And I saw her face. I'm a believer. Not a trace. The doubt in my mind. Yeah, I'm in love. I'm a believer. I can believe her if I try. Alright, let's hear the guitar play. What's the use in trying? I can get his pain. When I needed sunshine, I got rain. And I saw that face. I'm a believer. Not a trace. No doubt in my mind. Yeah, I'm in love. I'm a believer. I can believe her if I try. When I saw her face, I'm a believer. Not a trace. No doubt in my mind. Alright, so I'm a believer. Yeah. I'm a believer. I'm a believer. I'm a believer. Alright. Thank you very much. Hey, let's do some rock and roll music and swing and jive. Take it away. Well, our good times starting now. Without dollar on the smell. Well, how much better do we really cheer up, sing me, cheer. Oh, what can it be to love a dream believer and oh, could it be? more song, we're off, ladies and gentlemen. You sure you'd like one more? Very polite.
More.
Actually, Dave's not convinced. Look, he's over there. He might be putting in the mood. He wants some noise. That's what he wants. Let's make some noise, ladies. Thank you very much. Okay, this is a nice fast song to end with. Thank you all very much. We've been your band called Munch this evening, and we hope to see you all again soon. Let's take it away.